Welcome to Kialo EDU. Learning on Kialo takes place in discussions. At the top, in blue, is the thesis, the topic you want your students to engage with. Students add claims as either pros or cons to develop the discussion. Pros support the claim directly above, while cons weaken it. Generally, we recommend that each claim should consist of a single focused point. Students and teachers can comment on these claims to ask questions or suggest edits. As students add claims, they create a visual representation of an argument, which can be viewed as either a tree of claims or a sunburst. Time to get started. Press the New button on the My Kialo page to create a new discussion. This opens the Create Discussion wizard. If you're looking for inspiration to get started, check out our topic library, a selection of pre-made discussion prompts that you can customize to suit your needs. To create a discussion from scratch, start by giving it a name. The thesis is what your students will be discussing. This is best phrased as a statement rather than a question. At this point, you could just skip the rest of the wizard and your discussion will be created with the default settings. Discussion settings can also be enabled or changed later on. For now, let's explore more configuration options. Next, you have the choice between a single and a multi-thesis discussion. In a single thesis discussion, one statement will be explored. Like in our discussion, there is no free will. In a multi-thesis discussion, several related theses will be discussed at the same time. Use this to discuss an open-ended question, like which climate change strategy is most effective. Single thesis is appropriate for most lessons. On the next page, you can add a cover image and background info. This is a great space to provide some background reading, more detailed instructions, or to link to important resources. Tasks let you set easily trackable objectives for students to work towards in a discussion. This might include a number of claims to write, vote on, or sources to include, for example. Next up is participation type. In standard participation, students' real usernames are visible in the discussion, while anonymous participation assigns each student an alias. Admins keep their real usernames and can always see who is who. Finally, though you can always find claim authors in the claim history, you can also choose whether to display them prominently on the claims. Enable voting if you want your students to vote how strong they consider individual claims to be. Grading and feedback lets you grade and give private feedback on individual claims, as well as overall grades and feedback for discussion participation. Let's take a look at your new discussion. This is the first view of the discussion you and your students will see. At the bottom of the discussion info pop-up are the discussion statistics showing your students' activity. You can download them and also click them to see which claims individual students wrote. To help your students get started, you may want to write a couple of prompt claims to get them talking right away. Use sharing links or QR codes to invite your students to a discussion. Using instant access, all students will have to do is to enter their names when they enter the discussion. You can also invite them using our Moodle plugin and LTI, invite them directly via email, as part of a team, or using Google Classroom. Writer permissions work best for most lessons. In general settings, you can start and stop a discussion, as well as schedule a discussion to start and stop in the future. Finally, there are a handful of other discussion actions. Cloning a discussion, for example, allows you to reuse it, while exporting a discussion allows you to save its claims for an offline version. And that's it. You're ready to create your own discussion. If you want to know more about these and other features, get some lesson ideas, and discover the pedagogy behind Kialo EDU, head over to our blog and help centre.